Howdy, and how do you do? And welcome back to some Peglin. But today is not necessarily what you thought, and it's not necessarily what I thought either, because there has been an update. As you can tell, first things first, it looks like a new game is the deal here instead of play. It used to just say play, but I do want to take a peek here at the patch notes. I know we don't usually go over the patch notes, but I think this time we will, just because this is a little bit of excitement going on here. Happy New Year's Day, everyone. We got our first update of the new year, and it's a little smaller than we'd like. That's okay. I'd take any update. Any changes is great in my eyes, given the time since our last content update. So I'm going to provide an update on some of the various things going on right now that might continue to slow us down in the next little bit. All right, the biggest one is our team members welcomed a baby girl into the world. Well, congratulations, that is exciting. Well worth the slowdown, I would say. Definitely worth it, and I hope the best going forward with that. That's pretty exciting. Next up is planning for events for 2023. Various team members are going to attend different events this year to spread the gospel of Peglin and help us make useful partnerships going forward. But planning these have unfortunately already eaten into our development time. Well, I'm doing my greatest best work on spreading the gospel, I would have to say, of old Peglin, which I understand spreading the gospel kind of slows it down a little bit. But again, if you look down here, there's quite a few little changes, some bug fixes, and some changes that I think I might like. Another one is preparing for console and mobile releases. Mobile will be coming out earlier in the year, so that's a bit more. So there's going to be a mobile release and a console. That's going to be pretty nice. Transitioning to the new year takes up a surprising amount of time. I'm sure with a lot of people having like vacation days and stuff like that, spending time with the family, preparing paperwork for taxes. Yeah, I can imagine that. But I can imagine it. It's a company that's doing it, so companies have different taxes. I know Peglin. Is Peglin free to play? I don't remember if it's free to play or not. I don't think it is. So maybe, yeah, they do have some income. The last piece is that in advance of the class update, we're spending a lot more time planning and balancing before this content actually hits the game. We'll be introducing 15 plus new orb class, and we're trying to make sure that when they launch, the various synergies that each class introduces is feasible and interesting to use, even if it's not perfectly balanced at first. As long as that is kind of crazy. 15 plus new orbs per class. That is, yeah. We'll be introducing 15 plus new orbs per class. Dang, that is going to be something else. So that's a little glimpse of what's going on in the update. Possibly vegan while making the best game, blah blah blah. And yeah, stop yamming on and get back to development work now. All the best, Dylan and the RNG team. Thank you so much, Dylan, and congratulations again to the team member that's welcomed a new family member. That's pretty exciting stuff. But what we've all been interested in is the patch notes here. 8.22 patch notes, changes in new content. Unity update from 2019 to 2021 LTS. This should hopefully be invisible. A noticeable update that we're starting to run into some depreciation. Okay, that makes sense. It's kind of aging out, so they kind of updated it so it's not deprecation issues, I guess. Nothing for us. That doesn't really affect our gameplay in any way. Display changes. It was time to try and fix some of our pixel sins and reduce the amount of awkward pixel scaling that could happen. You'll notice that some scenes have moved around a little bit, and while it'll take a little getting used to, they hopefully look a little better now than they did before, especially when you played on non-1080p resolutions. Well, that'll be interesting to check out and see whenever we're playing. New game, continued flow has changed to avoid the pop-ups and speed up the process a little bit. Okay, so if there's a new game, so whenever you hit play at the start menu, it doesn't have like that little pop-up that says, do you want to continue your last run? And then you said no. Are you sure? It avoids that, so you can either hit new game or you can hit continue to continue your old game. That's going to be a nice quality of life change there. Gardener's Glove and Salt Shaker have finally returned with completely reworked effects that should be a little more useful than they were before. Not that was a high bar to beat. Well, that's exciting to see what Gardener's Glove and Salt Shaker has changed to, and that they're back in it, so they weren't just going to be a specialty relic and kind of a throwaway relic. So that's going to be exciting to see how they've changed and become more useful. And there's 3 new relics added. Grinding Monstera. Grinding Monstera. When an enemy is defeated, gain 1 max HP. That is crazy. That will be so beneficial. I'm just thinking about like those spider maps in the first, if you can get this in one of the first elite fights, oh, that's going to be so nice. Another one, Sash of Focus, prevent the next lethal damage you would receive. That would be nice against elite fights, that next lethal damage. So I guess that's only like a one shot. So if you're fighting the Mantador in the first act, the one that has the big axe that drops down, does 25 damage to you, it will prevent its swing if you have less than 25 or less health. So it will prevent that one, but it won't prevent the next one. But if you're fighting like the spider map and you only have 4 health points left and there's like 5 different enemies hitting you, it's going to prevent the first one, but then the next enemy that hits you is just going to wipe you. So it doesn't really save you there, but I can see how it's going to be helpful for sure with those big hitting bosses. Ice Rod, every projectile attack gains 1 pierce, stacks with existing pierce. Dang, that's going to be... So it's a better overhammer. So Ice Rod's essentially a better overhammer, because overhammer did overflow, while this one's actually doing pierce, and it's only pierce 1, but that gets through those shields in the second act. That is going to be very helpful too. And then new art for Defresh Potion. It's an actual potion now, which is exciting. Instead of the morbid, it was like a morbid skull is what it used to be, and now it's a potion, which is going to be great. Brand Ball's damage has been increased and self damage has been added to it. They made a self damage for Brand Ball. That's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. But then we got some bug fixes. I have no gift that keeps on giving, plus heavy shaft potion, plus brick pegs should no longer be able to trap orbs. Well, that would be nice, I guess. Whenever a rest orb level 3 adds max HP, it now correctly heals for the amount as well. I didn't know that was a bug. Well, this will be nice. Round Guard no longer provides damage immunity when navigating if battle was won by reloading. Okay. That makes sense, how that was a bug. Huh, interesting. Let's take a gander and see, because I had Salt Shaker and Gardener's Glove unlocked, so let's just see if we have them. Nope, we have to re-encounter them to see what they do, which would be interesting nonetheless. There's the new ones, and let's see. Morbid, there's Morbid. So it's still a skull, but it's a potion skull versus it used to look like, let's find the Morbid orb. It used to look like this, kind of like this, a little different, but it used to look like that. But there's the update. I just wanted to go over it real quick today, but I look forward to talking with y'all later and trying out this new update. Thank you. Bye.